Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss about the causes and the various effects of inflation. Those who are watching me for the very first time, so वो लोग last का video भी देखिए. Okay, last का video means दो तीन video छोड़ के आपको एक video मिलेगा. You will get one video that is concept of inflation in detail. So when you are done with it, उसके बाद में आप inflation and the MCQs वो video देखिए. Then after that you can see this video so you will have a comprehensive coverage of the total topic of inflation. नहीं तो ये भी directly देख सकते हैं, that's not an issue. But the thing is कुछ भी काम करे तो complete कर लो. Not only this video, if you're watching, if you're following anyone on the YouTube with regard to UPSC, किसी को भी follow करो आप, ये बात हमेशा याद रखो that you complete the total course. Don't rush away, don't rush away. भगाना नहीं, चैन से बैठ के लिखना. ठीक है, पेशेंस रखना जरूरी है. पेशेंस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. कंसिस्टेंसी, पेशेंस एंड स्मार्ट वर्क, दीज आर द थ्री इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट्स दैट वी हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ यूपीएससी के लिए. ठीक है, चलो. दिस इज मी सैयद शुजातुल्लाह. आई विल बिकम स्मॉल अगेन. वेट. राइट. So this is a small advertisement of my online classes. If you want to be a part of economic optional or law optional and any of the following course, if you want to opt for, you can join my classes. This is my WhatsApp number. You will get more information if you call me. Okay. And those students who wanted to be a part of my free personal guidance and mentoring program, and also the unique thing about my group is we do develop a lot of subject oriented aspects, and I conduct tests, I give the results, I explain all the MCQs in detail. So this is the process we are doing. We are doing polity and economy side by side. Then we are having 6 more subjects to go. So slowly we will cover. So in 3-4 months you will be gem in all these subjects. The only thing is you have to be a part of my Telegram group. This is Bright Minds IAS hyphen Shujat. Or else you can call to me on that number. I will add you. Fine. In our last class, take pen and book with you. In our last class, I will just make a revision of it. We have talked about inflation. I have told you that inflation क्या है? Continuously increase in the prices of goods and services. इसको हम inflation बोलेंगे. Continuous increase in the prices of goods and services is called as inflation. Remember this point. Okay. And अगर मार्च अभी क्या चल रहा, मई 28 है आज, मई 28 2021. टुडे द प्राइसेस May 29, May 31st, okay, June 1, June 2. So prices like potato का price समझो 100 rupees, 110 rupees, over the period of time, यहाँ तक ये 5-6 दिन में या 15 दिन में, from here to 15 days, if suppose the prices increased of potato 1 kg from 100 rupees to 150 rupees, okay, then again decrease, okay, फिर 100 के आसपास आ गया, then again came near to 100. This is not called as inflation. So with this example, what I want to tell you, I want to tell you only one thing here, that a sudden rise in the prices of goods and services is not called as inflation. Remember this point. Sudden rise is not called as inflation. Okay. A persistent होना चाहिए in this way. A persistent increase of prices of goods and services over a period of time. So मई में बढ़े, अप्रैल में भी जून में बढ़े, जुलाई में बढ़े, अगस्त में बढ़े, ऐसे ही बढ़ते गए तो prices we call it as inflation. And inflation, you know that it is not called when one, two or a few commodities, few goods and services, अगर इनके prices में बढ़ोतरी हो रही, हम इसको नहीं बोलते inflation. If one or two or few goods prices are increasing, we don't call it as inflation. Inflation, when do we call it as? When the price of our basket, in the price of our basket. Nothing but in this basket you are having all your day to day usable items will be there, like your recharge card, your Wi-Fi will be there, your electricity will be there, your education will be there, education fee will be there every month. Okay, medical expenditures will be there, transportation, petrol, diesel, potato, rice, kurkure. So this is a basket of items. Okay, if this basket price increasing, then only we call it as inflation. एक दो चार commodities का price increase हुआ, we don't call it as inflation. That's why recently petrol and diesel prices now also they have touched 200 rupees. Are we calling it as inflation in our country? No. Why? Because one or two commodities prices increases, we don't call it as inflation. Remember this point. If a basket of commodities are increasing, then only we call it as inflation. Remember this point. Prices of basket of goods and services increasing is called it as inflation. And another point here is inflation is a macroeconomic problem. It is not a aspect that generally affects one particular area or one particular aspect of economy. Okay, like they don't just affect consumers. Okay, they don't just affect producers, they don't just affect government. Okay, they don't just affect supply chain, they don't just affect manufacturers. Okay, so yeah, like and this particular inflation is also because of what? Because of what? Increase circulation of money, increase circulation of money. So can you see that many aspects, many important categories of population is involved here? Yes, that is why inflation is a macroeconomic concept. It is a multi-dimensional concept. Multi-dimensional concept. Fine. Okay, many of these details I have already discussed in length with very real-time examples I have given. So those who are watching me for the very first time, so you can watch that. Those who have already watched for that, you are having a revision of it. And the main important aspect of inflation is the mismatch between demand and supply. Mismatch between demand and supply. On this, a very lengthy discussion was already done in my last video. So I will put that video description link in this video below. So please watch that. There I have discussed what are the various situations where the economy will definitely face inflation. When the economy definitely face inflation, there will be definite situation of inflation in the country if that four things happen in the economy. Four things happens in the economy. So I have discussed that in detail. So that's why please watch that. Today we are going to see. So you can take the picture of it so that you will write in your notes. Now let us go ahead. So now let us see in causes of inflation. Here sometimes we also have effects of inflation, that also I will tell you, but let us enjoy the various cause and effect relationships of inflation. First category here is cause and effect of inflation, cause and effect of inflation on producers or manufacturers or on production This is the our heading. Okay, let us go one by one. First one, improper improper supply chain management. Improper supply chain management. So what I mean here is, see, supply chain. What is the supply? Supply of goods. Supply of goods from, generally who will supply the goods to us? Goods will be supplied by to us by manufacturers, or you can also call them as producers, right? They will make it and they will give to wholesalers and they will give to consumers. No, they will give to retailers. Then again from the retailers it will go to what? Consumers. So this is called as supply chain, means from the good, the good moving from the manufacturers to the consumers. How many intermediaries are there here? There are two intermediaries are there from the manufacturer to the consumers. This is called as supply chain. If any of these intermediaries is not properly working, okay, or any of these intermediaries are distorted, okay, or they are due to some issues they are not well organized, they're not well organized, okay, means maybe communication is not there. He has sent a communication to him, he has sent a communication to him, and these two people, there is a miscommunication here, and he might not have placed the order. Wait 1 second. He might not have placed the order because of any reason. Maybe at the retailers, wherever the retailer is there or wherever the wholesaler is there, a cyclone has come. So what happens here is, because of any of the factors, cyclone ho gaya, flood aa gaya, okay, so he cannot give the products to retailer. Retailer will be having no products. Okay, less products are there. चलो भाई एक किराना शॉप है, मैं एक किराना शॉप है. Retailer is nothing but a kirana shop owner is called as retailer. The first person to interact with consumer is whom? Retailer. The first person to interact with consumer is retailer. So nothing but kirana shop wala. Okay. So suppose ये किराना shop, you know that generally it serves one गली एक lane को this किराना shop will serve, right? Yes. So किराना shop person will know. जब चलो भाई मेरे पास आशीर्वाद आटा के 1 kg packets, okay, in a month 1000 जाते. So he will give the order 1000 or not, yes. But wholesaler, because उसके पास कुछ ड्रॉट हो गया, कुछ ट्रेन का एक्सीडेंट हो गया, okay, या मैन्युफैक्चरर डिले कर दिया, government policies change हो गए, because of that manufacturer did not produce it, so he might not have got the material, he might not supply to the wholesaler did not supply, तो यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, 1000 हो गया. Okay, so whatever the left out stock hai, and somehow the kirana shop owner managed to get 500 from any of this, 500 from any of this, somehow manage करके 500 तो ले लिया. But demand कितनी है, 1000 है. Supply कितना है, 500 ही है. Only 500 is a supply. So mismatch is there or not, yes. Mismatch is there or not, yes. So that is why, and you know that whenever there is a mismatch is there between supply and demand, we call it as inflation. So that's why the first, I think you got this total concept. So improper supply chain management is one of the reason of inflation. It's one of the causes of what, inflation. Remember this point. Okay, as I cannot make slides, okay, every other day I cannot spend 2 hours 3 hours on slides, so that's why what I'll do is I will write, and happily you also write with me. That's all. बस एक ही काम कर सकते हैं हम दोनों, जल्दी जल्दी पोर्शन कंप्लीट करना है, तो if you want me to come every time, means you have to do this practice also. चलो, now let us go to second important cause of inflation. देखो production related है. All of these are what, production related. Second one we are having here is lack of information technology infrastructure. Lack of information technology infrastructure. So you might be knowing this fact that sometimes we go to supermarket, and we will not find many products that we want, and we'll go to the store manager and we'll say that भाई क्या हुआ, ये सब नहीं है. Sir, I have placed the order. I have placed the order. Yesterday I had lot of work, इसलिए मैं place नहीं कर सका order, but I have placed the order. They are not sending due to some reason. Information technology क्या हो गया? The information, the consumer has given information to store manager, right? And store manager उनके ऐप में और उनके कंप्यूटर में he will upload कि this is not there, L'Oreal is not there, or Lifebuoy is not there, this is not there, he has done it. ठीक है? Then if this information technology infrastructure is not there, suppose if the store manager, if he has to, if he cannot update it, he has to make a list, of items, like Lifebuoy ke 5 cartons they want, L'Oreal shampoo they want 3 cartons, like that, Kellogg's cornflakes they want 10, like that. So if he has this physical, he has to write it and he has to give it to the wholesaler, go and give it to the wholesaler, it will be in between. There won't be any supply here, right? There won't be any supply here. Okay. So this also, the lack of information technology infrastructure will also lead to what? Inflation. I hope you got this point. लेक्चर बड़ा है बट अच्छा से पढ़ो, इससे अच्छा तो कोई समझा नहीं सकते आपको. ओके, चलो. Then again, third one. Third one we are having here is, okay, now another one is lack of resources. कंट्री में रिसोर्स ही नहीं है तो इंपोर्ट तो करना पड़ता, right? You have to do import or not. That particular resource is not available, that's why you have to import or not. Yes. Okay, so you can understand, like gold is there. Gold ke reserves do we have in our country? No, we don't have in our country gold. Oil seeds are there, pulses are there, do we have? These we are not able to produce sufficient to our domestic demand, and gold resource only we don't have. So forget about this one because we are talking about lack of resource. Lack of resource here is nothing but we don't have gold itself. We don't mine it to that extent that our demand can satisfy. तो इंडिया में तो गोल्ड का बहुत डिमांड है बट सप्लाई नहीं है, सो हम इंपोर्ट कर रहे हैं. Okay, so whenever we import you can understand that the price will be high. Okay, domestic production, whenever we are doing, the price will be less, and whenever we are importing, the price will be high. So in that way, if many of the essential items हम import करें तो automatically import का cost होता है. So you have to pay the interstate tax, then you have to pay the custom duties, then you have to place the order, then you have to pay the transportation cost. So जो जो गोल्ड 20,000 में मिल रहा दुबई में, we are getting it 40,000, right or wrong? Because many charges will be included in that. Many charges will be included in that. So I am just trying to say you that, sir, ये तो one commodity है. So this is one commodity, no sir. So I cannot take all the commodities name. But the thing is, in many resources, India lacks in many resources. So I have told you that oil is there, pulses is there, petrol is there, crude oil is there. Okay, so many are like vaccination. You say max vaccination, whatever we are having, government is funding. That is all okay. If government is not funding, then one vaccine cost will be 10,000, 20,000 like that. Okay, so lack of resources could also be one of the reason to increase in the prices of goods and services. Okay, fourth one. So in the lack of resources, another one we can put it here is scarcity of resources. Scarcity of resources. As resources become scarce, so what will happen? Okay, like you like let's suppose you know that under the ground we are having water, right or wrong? So let's suppose the water table is here, means for 100 feet, if you dig the bore well for 100 feet you will get water. But everyone here, all the households, everyone, you, me, and all our families, what they have done is they have already we have already dug the bore wells and we got the bore wells in our home. Now new settlers are coming and they are also buying home in our area. Can they find the water table at same 100 feet? No, they don't find it. Why? Because we have already used this water table. Now they have to dig up to 150 feet to get the water. So now for digging 100 feet and for digging 150 feet, will it be the same price? No, not at all, because here the work done is more, here the work done is less. That's why you may be charged here 75,000, but you may be charging here 1 lakh rupees. So price increase one you. When the resource becomes scarce, then also price rise you will see. Okay. Another one is untapped resources. Okay. As you all know that India is a tropical country. It means uh, this is our equator and we are here 8 degrees 4 minutes. So 360 days we'll get what? Sun. Sunlight is always, insolations are there 360 days. So we are having lot of solar energy. Okay, we can convert this solar energy into electricity or not, yes. But are we doing it on larger scale? In your home, in my home, are we doing it every gully or lane? No. So we have not tapped this resource. We have not tapped this resource yet. And whatever we are tapping, it's very, very near negligible. Near negligible. So because of this resource you are not having, that's why you are importing what? Petroleum. If the resource is tapped, if the resource is tapped, then definitely your import will reduce. Okay, and your prices will decrease, because when you are making domestic anything, when you are making domestically, then it means prices will be less only. When you are importing, lot of additional charges you have to pay for that. तो है, बाहर से मंगाए तो पैसे ज़्यादा होते, अपन घर में बनाए तो कम ही होते. आप बिरयानी घर में बनाओ तो आपको 5 लोगों की बिरयानी आप 500 रुपये में बना लेते, राइट और रॉन्ग. 5 लोगों की बिरयानी आप घर में बनाओ, 500 में बना लेते. एक 300 का चिकन ला लो आप, एक दावत का बिरयानी, एक 200 का चिकन ला लो, एक 100 150 रुपये का आप, 100 रुपये का आप बासमती का चावल ला लो आप, वो फिर दही वगैरह 100 रुपये में 5 लोग वो भी फुल 2 टाइम खा सकते. वही आप बाहर से मंगाओ, जम्बो पैक, फैमिली पैक 800 900 में. ओके, सो वेरी कॉमन है. So when you are domestically producing, the price will be anyhow less. When you are importing, the price will be more. So untapped resources. If India would have been able to successfully able to tap this, then definitely what will happen? We can reduce the prices of this energy. Okay, petrol, diesel का price कम होता, क्योंकि हम उतना demand नहीं करते ना. As because we are continuously, India is continuously demanding to the Iraq, Saudi, and all other oil producing countries. They are increasing the price. Okay, when we decrease our demand, automatically they will decrease the price. But we have to substitute. Okay, because we need to run our economy. We need to give petrol to the transportation purpose, for the people purpose, to move from here and there. So we have to we need to have this resource. We need to. It is very imperative. It's very important कि ये तो जरूरी है ही अपने लिए. Okay, so जब तक ये untapped resources should substitute that resources, we have to wait, and this waiting period is going so long and long, long and long. Got it? तो याद रखो आप. So आपको ये समझ में आ गया. Okay, थोड़े untapped resources, people will generally the production people, they will import technology. They'll import technology to tap these resources. Importation of technology they will do, and technology import will again increase the cost. Increase the cost. Okay, so then again increase the cost will also again a inflation. It will lead to what? Inflation. Remember this point. Okay. Not only that, in agriculture also, if there is a threshers, throwers, okay, sorters, many machines will be used. If we don't have that machines, what agriculture person will do? He will import that technology. Okay. So fourth one, import of modern technology will also cause inflation. Will import of modern technology. The technology may be related to seed, like there's a drought resistant variety, or a pest resistant variety, or weed resistant variety, or water efficient variety. Okay, that kind of seed. Import of technology or machines, tools to make the life of the farmers very easy. Like import of modern technology. What is the meaning of modern here? मॉडर्न का मतलब ये है पहले से आप बेहतर कर सक रहे. when you are able to do something what you are doing before, when you are able to do better today than what you are doing before, is called as modernity. पहले से अच्छा कर रहे हैं, पहले से अच्छा कर रहे हैं. Okay, so that is only called as modernity. Modernization of farm we say. Okay, industrial modernization we say. What does it mean? What it means is when you are able to do something very better by introduction of a technology than whatever you are doing before, it is called as modernity. So this is important. Modernization is important because modernization will lead to what? uh, Efficient use of resources, and gives you and yields more productivity, and gives you or yields more productivity. Okay, import of modern technology may also cause what? Inflation. Fine. So 4 points we have written here. Causes, effect of inflation on producers, manufacturers. Okay. Now let us go with fifth one. Okay. Introduction of corporate social responsibility. Introduction of corporate social responsibility. Okay, what is this corporate social responsibility? According to government, there is a law is created. According to this statutory provisions in the law, ये law के हिसाब से any company who has done profit, okay, they have to spend 2% of their profits in CSR. Corporate means company का एक social responsibility है, means company has a responsibility towards society. Company has a responsibility towards society. ये एक नया concept निकाले. Okay, नया concept निकाले. So now this is the new concept introduced by the government. Now Mr. On की company है. There is a company of what? Mr. On. Mr. On is producing 100 pens and he's getting 100 crores. Okay, 100 crores. ये Rolls Royce पेन है. कौन से पेन है ये? Rolls Royce, बड़े वाले पेन. 100 crores he's getting. So in this 100 crores, his profit is 20 crores. His profit is 20 crores. Now, government क्या बोली? What government said that you have to give 2%. Okay, this was suppose this is in the year 2015. This is in the year 2015. Now in the year 2016, government introduced the CSR. Introduced the CSR. So what is its profit before? 20 crore. Okay. So if he gives out of 100 crores, if he gives 2 crores in CSR, his profit will decrease to 18 crores or not? Yes. It's a profits decrease हो गया. He will not like it. He will not like it. So what does it do? The burden of this CSR, he will put on what? Consumers. He'll put on what? Consumers. So the 2 crores whatever he is giving, he will increase the prices of his Parker pen. And again take from what? Consumers. Again take from what? Consumers. Remember this point. So this is how everything is channelized. Again, this burden is shifted on the consumer again will lead to what? Increase in prices, because at the end who is bearing the burnt of this inflation? Consumers pe hi gir raha. It is the consumers are bearing it. Remember this point. Many scenarios I am giving you, exactly you have to understand the scenarios. Okay, I'm not rubbing properly, I'm doing things because you should write and you should study. Sixth one, lack of optimum allocation of resources. Allocation of resources. Nothing but a producer is not properly able to allocate. Not properly able to allocate. Like a producer or a production unit, they have to do expenditures on what? Electricity. They have to do expenditure on what? Uh, Salaries and wages. They have to do expenditure on what? Raw materials. They have to do expenditure on what? Rent. They have to do expenditure on what? Interest. Right or wrong? So what here happened? So electricity they might be using a lot. Okay, salaries and wages they are maybe using a lot. Because of that, their money is decreased here. Their money is decreased. Because of this, they are unable to take more raw material. Okay, तो इतना पैसा allocate हो गया, they mismanagement कर दिए. Okay, optimum allocations नहीं करे. They did not do optimum allocation. Optimum means the best scenario. Optimum here means the best scenario. So this is not done properly by them. Okay, so electricity or salaries and wages में lot of they hired very IIM IIT people को hire कर लिए, and whatever they are having the money they have spent lot of money on them. So they have got very less amount of money with them to bring raw material and to make them into finished goods. Okay, because of that also supply will decrease or not? Yes. Okay, proper allocation is very important, so that supply will be optimum. So this is individual units. Okay, जो भी individual units जिसमें professionals काम नहीं करते, just like Air India you can take the examples where they don't know कि इतना staff इतना ज़्यादा हो गया Air India में, so they did not know that कि भाई ये इतने अब Air India became and came into losses. Why it does happen? And lot of people are like, many people are employed in Air India. आप इतना recruitment क्यों करें? Why did you recruit these many people? So the whatever the money allocated to Air India from the budget is wasted or not. It's not properly optimally utilized. Okay, so many staff is working. Again, they have no work. They are no. So up instead of staff, you would have got marketing professionals की कैसा market करना Air India को कैसा बेहतर बनाना. Okay, you how to make Air India very better. Okay, you might have called the marketing people, or you might have called the research people, survey you would have done. So in this way, you did not allocate the resources. What you have done is you have just recruited people just like that. So allocation of resources here is totally mismatched. Will also lead to what? Less supply. Will also lead to less supply. If India does not do 10 flights a day, then other will do, and private charges more. So this is the increase of service price or not? Increase of service price, very common. So lack of optimum allocation of resources will also lead to what? Uh, Less supply, and ultimately lead to what? Inflation. Ultimately lead to inflation. ठीक है. Seventh one, cost of production, like rent increase हो गया. Okay, the landowner got many customers. We want your land. We want your land. So when at the time of renewal, the particular landowner might have asked the rent. Okay, give me more, give me more. So that is the reason. Wages increase हुआ. Okay, because of what? Trade unions. जो unions say, trade unions say, they have done strikes, they have done lockouts, and they are demanding the management give us more money, give us more money. Okay, rent, wages, okay, cost of land, fine. So these all fine. Or yeah, one more important aspect is that I'll discuss in the eighth one. Fine. So ये increase होने से, if this all this increases, automatically that will be, this increase in the cost of production will be shifted on the consumer or not? Yes. Consumer or not? Yes. Because indirect tax ही होता है कैसे भी. So indirect tax say they will recover their, here whatever increase here will be there, that will be recovered by them in the form of what? More tax on us, in the form of what? More increase prices on us. I think you got this. Okay. Then another one, in that only I have to mention, but I am mentioning separately. Interest rates increased. Okay, interest rates increased. RBI monetary policy, because of what? RBI monetary policy. This is a very big uh, explanation that to be done. But now you remember that RBI is the bank that controls all the banks in the country. Okay, and RBI has some tools by which RBI can able to increase the interest rate in the banks. Okay, can decrease the interest rate in the banks. Okay, that topic we'll discuss after this topic only. We are having monetary policy. There I will discuss this point. But at this point of time, you remember this, that RBI can increase the interest rate of all the banks, can decrease the interest rate of all the banks by using some tools. By using some tools. So what happened? RBI has increased the interest rate. Okay, by some tools, by some quantitative and qualitative tools, RBI have increased the interest rate. Increased interest rate will lead to what? Increase the cost of borrowing or not. So a investor will, okay, just like Mr. On is there, Mr. On need to borrow money. So instead of 10% interest rate, he got in 15% interest rate. So whenever he is selling a product, whenever he is selling the product, does this increase he will accommodate in the ultimate price or not, in the final MRP, maximum retail price? So as a producer, I will shift whatever increase happens. Okay, regarding my cost of production, I will definitely try to cover that in the price of the good only, price of the good or service only, right or wrong? Yes. So this way also inflation can happen. This way also inflation can happen. Ninth one, lack of efficient production. Lack of efficient production. Lack of efficient production means, so there are five Xerox machines are there. Five Xerox machines are there, and one machine, one person, one machine, one person, one machine, one person, one machine, one person, one machine, one person. He can copy thousand photocopies. He can make 1,000. He's making 950. He's making 980. Okay, he's making 870. So can you see inefficient production here? Yes, one is able to do more, another one is able to do properly equal to it, but and some other are doing less. So what is happening here? Instead of supply 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Okay, supply decrease or not? Yes. This decrease, ultimate decrease, will also be seen in what? At the end. At the end, when it reaches to customer, there will be a supply, demand and supply mismatch. In the same way, agriculture. Okay, agriculture. So in India, 1 acre of 1 acre land in India can produce like 3,000 kg of rice, whereas in Egypt it is 9,000. The same, because as you all know, see, I am a human being, you're also a human being. I live in India, or I live in Andaman, I live in USA, or I live in Dubai, or I live in space. I will eat the same food or not? Yes. My growth of my body will depend on my maintenance of my body will depend on carbohydrate, fats, lipids, proteins, vitamins, minerals. Right? Five nutrients. I live anywhere. These are important. In the same way, you know that plants are also living. Plants, whether they are in India, whether they are in USA, whether they are in UK, they require the same nutrients or not, just like us? Yes. But when Egypt can produce on 1 acre 9,000 kg of rice, we are not. So there is a problem with us. There is a problem in the agriculture practice that we do. Faulty agriculture practices. What we are doing, faulty agriculture practices. It means agriculture practices means what? The way of sowing, the way of irrigating, the way of harvesting, the way of storing. This is called as agriculture practices. So in all these practices, we are having a problem. That's why we call it as faulty agriculture practices. Okay, so India is having this problem. Other countries are slowly has eliminated that and they are doing the optimum productions, but we are not doing. So lack of efficient production will also lead to less supply in the market, and that will lead to what? More imports. That will lead to what? More imports. Fine. And another 1/10th one is devaluation of money. Devaluation of money. Okay. Devaluation is nothing but $1, two scenarios, 60 rupees, $1, 70 rupees. Okay. If from this to this happened, from this to this happened. Okay. So what will happen here? This is called as devaluation. Our value of money decreased. Devalue. Our value of money decreased in compared to what? Dollar. In compared to what? Dollar. Up. You can also do with Chinese renminbi, or you can also do with Euro of London. So you can do with European countries, Euro. So you can do with any currency. I'm taking the example of only dollar का example ले रहा हूँ मैं. ठीक है. So if this happens, if $1 60 rupees, $1 70 rupees, if this is there, then also you will get what? Inflation. Then also you will get what? Inflation. So somehow what happened? 60 rupees, 60 rupees, one pen 10 rupees, one pen 10 rupees. Okay. So what happened here is, directly I will take. So 60 rupees, 1 kg of rice. 60 rupees, 1 kg of rice. I will write it properly. Please wait, because I have to do all this stuff to you for you people. Because this PDF I am going to send in my Telegram group. That's why I am making sure that I am writing properly and giving you the proper examples. Right. 60 rupees, 1 kg of rice. Here Mr. On is the importer. He is the importer. So he has on internet he has put a assignment. He has consignment. He has given an order. He has given a purchase order to Germany. Okay. Sorry, US here. Okay. So he has given a purchasing order of, like, I want 2 kg of rice. 2 kg of rice, Mr. On said. Then US, whoever is producing in the US manufacturer, the corporate person will say, okay sir, okay Mr. On, I will send you by Sunday. Today is what? Thursday, no? Today is Thursday. So then he said that I'll send you by Sunday. So 2 kg, no? How many rupees 1 kg? 60 rupees 1 kg. 2 kg means Mr. On has given 120 rupees, right or wrong? 2 kg means 120. And Sunday we got the what rice, and Mr. On has distributed across the country. Okay, in 120 rupees. Now what happened? This happened. 60 becomes 70. 60 becomes 70. In the same way, now what happened? Okay, this is a normal scenario. Normal scenario when devaluation happened. The case of devaluation. The case of devaluation. Now devaluation was nothing but 60 became 70. Now again Mr. On said, sir, give me 2 kg of rice. Then in USA the manufacturer told, sir, the rupee is devalued, so now $1 is equal to 70 rupees. $1 is equal to 70 rupees. Then Mr. On has to give how much? 140 here, right or wrong? For 2 kgs. 140 he has given. Now, before he is selling at 120 rupees, now he is selling at 120. Then prices increased or not? Prices increased or not? Yes, sir. Prices increase. So devaluation of money will also lead to increase in prices. Increase in prices. I hope you got this point. Got it? Everyone now. Okay. The last one here we have to discuss. I'll see to it what I can do. Here you write. This is the 10th, 9th, 10th, no? 11th one I will write. Lack of easily available credit. Easily available credit. Because as you know that in India, all the banks are not here. All the banks are not there in the nook and corner of the country. There is no last mile establishment of banking system is there. So but many people want to open the business, they will go to money lenders, they will go to traders, they will go to landlords, and they will ask, they will borrow money, and they will get in more interest rate, and they will do the production with the same more interest rate. So when they have to cover the cost of production, and you know that giving interest to somebody will also you will include in your price of good or not. So I want to make this watch. Okay, I want to make this watch. So I went to Mrs. Off. I went to sorry, Miss Off. I went to Madam, give me some 5 crore rupees. And Madam said that 5 crore means the as because I am just a lender, so you have to give me 8 crores. You have to give me 8 crores out of 5. You have to give me 8 crores. So I started producing it. So will I cover the 8 crores or not? Will I cover the 8 crores or not? 5 crores is borrowed and 8 crores is the interest. And in that, whenever I produce the price of the watch, price of the watch, whenever I will fix, will I cover the total 8 crores or not? Yes. So ultimately, why I want to do the business, the basic motive of doing the business is to earn profits. If I don't have, if I don't see any profit in whatever I am doing, do I really work on it? No. So the 8 crores, whatever the miss off is given to me, I will try to cover in the price of my product when I make them watch, and I will put that total expenses, whatever I have incurred, I will put all of them in that, and I will try to sell. I'll try to sell. Here also same thing. Lack of easily available credit. People are unable to get the credit from the banking system properly. That's why they are trying to find out the other sources of borrowing, and in that way they are charging more interest rate, and more interest rate is again will be a burden on the consumers only, because he will recover that more interest rate in the price of the product itself. Okay, I hope you got this. Now let us see another important one. Causes. Causes induced by RBI. Causes induced by RBI. Because of RBI also inflation happens. First one. When RBI increases the money supply in the market, increase in money supply. More money supply in the market, RBI can do by decreasing what? Interest rate. Decrease interest rate, borrowers like you and me will borrow more loans. More loans means what? More circulation of cash in economy. More circulation of cash, then you know that supply is anyhow cannot be increased just like that. So more circulation of cash in the economy, and here you can see supply did not increase. Supply is like you can say that it is constant. Okay, then more cash, more money. Okay, supply is, let's suppose it is, you can say that it is either stagnant or it is increasing slowly, not at the rate of the money supply increase. So there is a mismatch between again supply and demand or not. Yes, will also lead to an inflation. Okay, why does this happen? Because of money supply increase. Okay, money supply increase, generally this particular tool, why government why RBI will increase the money supply? In order to control deflation. In order to control deflation, this particular strategy of RBI to increase the money supply is to control deflation, or is to revive the economic growth. Revive the economic growth. So these are here, there are two things are there. Okay, to, why RBI will increase the money supply? One is to control deflation. Deflation is nothing but decrease in prices. Decrease in prices. What happened? Let's suppose dairy industry. Dairy industry, you can understand chocolate, ghee, badam milk and all. This is a dairy industry. Dairy industry prices are falling. Okay, and you know that suppose the badam milk is being sold at 15 rupees. Now nobody is buying badam milk. Why? Because maybe the reason could be anything. Maybe the people are not having money, that's why they are not buying it. Before they used to buy, but because of corona, because of, remember this point, because of corona we are not going out and we are not buying anything. Okay, so here, see, you understand the situation. I give a proper situation before corona, situation after corona, situation before corona, situation after corona. Situation before corona, you are having like food processing industries are there, which are nothing but who makes badam milk and all. So they are actually producing what, many like 1 crore units of badam milk they are producing. 1 crore units of badam milk they are producing, because before corona everyone was going out, everyone was earning, everyone is having money and they are going out. Okay, and this food processing industry will be established on a land or not? Yes. तो यहाँ पे उनको रेंट देना है, यहाँ पे उनको वेजेस एंड सैलरी देना है, यहाँ पे उनको इलेक्ट्रिसिटी देना है, इनकी मशीन खराब होगी तो डिप्रिशिएशन यहाँ पे भी वियर रिपेयर एंड मेंटेनेंस करना है. Right or wrong? Raw material they have to bring, everything they have to do. So when they are producing, when Mr. On is producing 1 crore unit, let's suppose when only he is producing 1 crore units of badam milk bottles. Okay, okay, then he is earning profit. He is earning profit. If Mr. On produces 1 crore units of badam milk, he is earning profit. It means what? He is covering all these costs or not? In this 1 crore units, if he produce, he is covering all these costs and he is also getting profit. He is also getting profit. Now, after the corona lockdown, okay, lockdown ho gaya, then can Mr. On produces 1 crore units? No, because people are not going out, they are not earning. So what happened is Mr. On is not producing. Mr. On is not producing 1 crore unit. So here what happened? Now you, let's suppose here, okay, one bottle of badam milk is producing at 30 rupees. His profit is 5. His profit is 5. It means that his cost of production is how much? 25 rupees or not? Yes. One price of the badam milk is how much? 30. What is this? 5 rupees is his profit. Okay, 1 second. That's because I have to give this PDF to you. Then I have to write it very good. Okay. One bottle of badam milk is how much? 30 rupees. If we break it, cost of production is actually how much? 25 rupees. Okay, Mr. On profit is how much? 5 rupees. 5 plus 5 again 30 or not? Yes. Hmm. Okay. Now, because of Corona and because of this lockdown, this Mr. On can decrease prices up to 25 or not? Yes. Means he can operate at break-even level. Means he can neither profit nor loss. Okay, I will run the company like that. He can decrease up to 5 rupees. Means he can decrease up to 25 rupees or not? Yes. It means was he's not taking any profit now. Can he go below than this? Can he go below than this? No. Why? Because if he go below than this, how can he cover his cost of production? How can he pay the rent? How can he pay the electricity bill? How can he pay the wear and tear of cost? Okay, he cannot do that. Okay, so if this situation continues, okay, even at 25 rupees nobody is buying, what will happen? He should wind up this business and close the business. Everyone will be unemployed and he will also be in the poverty. Everyone will be a destruction will be there in the industry or not. I'm talking about Mr. On. It is the same case with other manufacturers of badam milk, chocolate, dairy milk, Snickers, etc. or not. Everyone will get affected or not. Yes. Why this happen? Why this happen means people does not have money in their hand because of lockdown. People does not have money in this lockdown. That's why government, what does it do? Okay, so here RBI will uh, RBI has taken a decision saying that okay, we will not 3 months there will be no EMIs will be taken by the banks. So 3 महीने के लिए EMI माफ moratorium is given to the people that okay because ये लोग because these people have to go and buy. So RBI took a decision that interest rate and EMI for 3 months no bank should take. It means what? The people does not have to give to the bank or not. Yes, when they are not giving, they are having more money with them and they can go and buy. They can go and buy. Why this step is taken? Why this step is taken? So this much money he is having after giving EMI. Now he is not giving EMI. He is having this much money. This much money he is having before. Now he is having this much money, increased money. Now he'll go and buy badam milk. Okay, and badam milk will be sold again at 30 rupees. Okay, because people are demanding and he can earn profit, the economy will run, production will happen, everyone will be good, good, good. Okay, this is why, and all this why they have done to control what deflation. All this why they have done to control what deflation, and nothing but to revive economic growth. When Mr. On does not produce anything, that is not called as economic growth. Mr. On should continuously produce some or the other thing, some or the other thing. That is called as economic growth. So slowly revival means economy should run, economy should stabilize. That is why RBI takes this kind of step. Okay, so this is where for to control deflation. If I ask you to control inflation, what you have to do? When the demand is there, suppose 30 rupees is there. Okay, RBI gives more and more money to the people. Freely, RBI is giving in your bank account 10,000 every month. You instead of you are like for a family of 5 members, 2 badam milks you are sharing half. Now everyone will buy one. Okay, so the Mr. On has to produce more and more, but Mr. On cannot increase the supply all of a sudden. Money supply is increased because of RBI gave 10,000 to everyone, but supply cannot be increased all of a sudden because Mr. On has to hire the people another, or else this premises may not be sufficient. He has to take another premises. There he has to establish the machinery. So a gestation period will be there. A gestation period will be there. In this period, what will happen? The prices of this badam milk he goes on continuously increasing. Why? Because he want to bank on the opportunity of this demand. So demand बढ़ा तो ये तो और खुश अभी भाई और पैसे आते right understood और पैसे आते right. So at that time what RBI has to do? Decrease the money supply, right? Decrease the money supply. Now RBI will say 3 महीने का 3 months EMI take one time. 3 months EMI take one time. Means this much money everyone is having, all of a sudden this much money will be there. Again there will be less money in the money supply and less demand, less circulation of money, less demand, the prices will come down. Okay, this discussion I will do in monetary policy. A very awesome discussion is there in a monetary policy. I hope all of this you understood. The scenario you have understood very well. Okay, because of increase in money supply, RBI can do the inflation also sometimes. Okay, but RBI main important objective is to control money supply and to revive the economic growth. But recently during the corona times, this year and last year also, RBI instead of giving importance to inflation, RBI has given importance to economic growth. Has given importance to economic growth, and Increase in money supply itself is called as, in our economic terminology, we call it as RBI adopted expansionary monetary policy, also called as cheap money policy. Means money is available cheaply. Le lo. Cheap money policy. And also called as easy money. Money easily mil raha. Money easily mil raha. Easy money policy. So the same increase in money supply in our economic terminology we call in this way, in this way, in this way. So if you see that which one of the following will lead to inflation in the country, means expansionary monetary policy, if he has given, that is also right statement. Cheap money is also right, easy money is also right. Okay, second one, devaluation of money. As we have already learnt about it, always remember devaluation is done by RBI. So whenever you see devaluation, it means you are good to go. Just tick it that it's because of inflation. It causes inflation. Third one we are having, okay, this is the one of the effect. This is one of the effect. Okay. So in order to see what happens here is RBI is there. Here in USA, a manufacturer is there, and Mr. On is there in India. Mr. On imports. When Mr. On imports, Mr. On has to pay in dollars only, no? Because he will ask in dollars only. So Mr. On will go to RBI and gives 120 rupees. Okay, and takes $2 and give it to what? Manufacturer in USA. Means the foreign reserves, means foreign exchange currency reserves, kiske paas hai? Who is having all of this? It is with RBI. Okay, it is with RBI. So when you are going out at, you might have went to airport or not, I don't know, but when you are going out at the airport, you will be having exchange chambers, exchange counters will be there. Because when you are going to Dubai, when you are going to London, you have to exchange our money with the foreign money, because they will not take rupee, no. So this exchange who is doing? RBI will do. Who will do this exchange? This is done by RBI. So it means what? RBI having some reserves with it. Means it is having the currencies of all countries with it, happily sitting. Okay, taking all the currencies. So whenever Indians want, RBI will exchange and give it to us. Exchange and give it to us. Okay. Now what happened, as because we are more and more demanding, this particular fellow said that no, I will not give 1 kg in 60 rupees, I'll give 70 rupees 1 kg. So 140 rupees 2 kgs. India requires, let's suppose 2 kgs only. Then RBI will say, oh my god, 2 kgs means everyone, it will be a more burden on the people, what should I do? RBI says that, okay, I will bear the burden. I will bear the. So RBI, what does it do? In the, from RBI side, RBI will give this 20 rupees to the RBI will give us to 120. Okay, 120, and RBI will put 20 rupees in that and give to the manufacturer. Okay, so what RBI has done? RBI has tried to stabilize the situation. 140 rupees actually increased because of more demand. RBI tried to stabilize with his currency, with his reserves at 120 rupees. With his reserve at 120 rupees. Okay. So if RBI is started giving 20 rupees extra, 20 rupees extra on Mr. On behalf, Mr. On has, because suppose if I take 140 rupees, then I will put the burden on consumers. If RBI takes from me only 120 rupees, I will sell in 120 only or not? I will sell in 120 only. If RBI gives me 140, then I will sell the products as 140. So RBI takes only 120 now, because RBI knows that rice is very important, everyone should get it, so I cannot have the price as 140. This is a very big inflation, RBI will think, and RBI will say, what about 120 rupees you take? Okay, you are 20 rupees extra, I will put. So like that, 20 rupees RBI gave again, 20 rupees RBI gave again. Like that, what happened? The reserves, whatever is there with the RBI, जितना उनके पास पैसा था बाहर करेंसी का, slowly कम हो गया. So one of the effect of devaluation is what? Effect of devaluation is erosion of foreign currency Erosion of foreign currency reserves of RBI. Erosion of foreign currency reserves of what? RBI. Remember this point. Very, very important. If you don't understand me, ask me in the comment. I will explain you again. Or join my telegram. I will give you audio message. I will give. Fine. We have talked from the RBI perspective also. Let us now talk about perspective from the government. Induced by causes induced by government of India. Government of India. First one is increase in government expenditure. Increase in government expenditure. Just a second. Okay. I was just seeing that whether we am recording or not. Okay. Increase in government expenditure. Now, a very important concept is there here. Mr. On is there. Miss Off is there. Mr. Rock is there. Miss Rocky is there. In India, these four people are there. Let's suppose if I take four people, then you will not understand. I'll take in lump sum and explain to you. That's not an issue. Chal. Now, you know that government do lot of expenditures with regard to what government will give pension. Government will subsidize. You are getting subsidy on LPG. You are getting subsidy on petrol. Okay. And you are getting scholarships like that. Now, let's suppose in India, many people are there in BPL population. So there, let's suppose they are having 10,000 rupees with them. 10,000 rupees, their average income per month. And in this 10,000, let's suppose Mr. On is in BPL, and in this 10,000, he will pay 2,000 in the pension for his life savings, and 3,000 transportation, and subsidy on LPG, and what is this subsidy on what I have written here? Okay, fine. I'm not remembering that. So then scholarship means for the school education. Okay, let's suppose I'll give you a mathematical example. Wait, numerical example I will give. Then you will understand. कितना करना पड़ रहा आप लोगों के लिए? See, Mr. On monthly expenditures. Mr. On's monthly expenditures. Electricity, he will pay 1,000. Education fees of bache, pillalu, 2,000 per month. Stationery and books of the children's, 1,000. Ration, 5,000. Eggs, meat and all, 1,000. Petrol and diesel for the two-wheeler or not? Yes. How much? 2,000 per month. Let's suppose I am not counting out all. 1, 2, 3, 4. This 5 and 4 is 9, 10, 11, 12. Total expenditure of him is 2,000. Now use government. Government said that till 500 rupees, till 500 units, free electricity for everyone. 500 units, free electricity for everyone. So the electricity bill of Mr. On reduced to 500 rupees. Government said that we will contribute 50% of your education fees. 50% of your education fees. So Mr. On education expenditure decreased to 100. Okay. And stationery books, let's suppose government is doing nothing on it. Okay. Rent, this ration, government said that all the food items of the children, you will get 50%. You'll get 50%. So ultimately, Mr. On got a reduction of 500 rupees. X, government said nothing about it. Transport and communication, government said Petrol subsidy is there and diesel subsidy is there. So this decreased to how much? 1500. Overall, 1000, 2000, this 4000, 5000, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 5, 9. 9. So what happened? He's he is actually spending how much? 20,000, 12,000, but he's now spending 9,000. So he got 3,000 more or not? Now, because of the government expenditure, government is bearing lot of things. He got this 3,000 or not extra? Yes. So when more money, before this is having only 12,000, okay, he is left with only 3,000. Like 12,000 is totally gone. He's having nothing. Now he's having nothing, zero. Now because of this government is giving all these benefits, his money increased to 3,000. थोड़ा ऊपर वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज हुआ, वॉल्यूम कुछ था ही नहीं, वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज टू 3,000. Okay, then he will go buy and more. Not all of these people, you, me, and everyone will get all this benefit or not? Yes. All of us will get 3,000 more or not? Yes. So more supply in the market or not? Yes. So more demand you have created or not? Yes. Supply is always like cannot be increased just like that. It takes time to increase. So that period will be inflation or not? Yes. You created it. Why did it happen? Government created this inflation. Government created this inflation. This is why it happened. If government again increases expenditures on welfare programs, what is this? This is called as what? Welfare schemes and programs of the government. If government start increasing more and more, like on all of these and many other items, government started giving more scholarship, abroad scholarship, this scholarship, that scholarships, subsidies to the farmers, etc. What will happen? The 3,000 will become 6,000. More money in the market. More money in the market. I hope you got this very clearly. ये भी समझ में नहीं आया तो पानी में डूब के मर जाओ. Okay, fine. Then another one. And this, if government, let's suppose if government is increasing expenditure, it means what? Government is going for deficit financing. Deficit financing. Okay, financing. So whenever you come across this word, inflation is caused because of what? Deficit financing. So deficit means what? Government will get revenues in the form of what? Taxes, and government do the expenditure. But government got only 100 rupees, government expenditure is 150. So government is short of what? 50 rupees or not? Yes. This is called as deficit, and this is only called as budget deficit. Budget deficit. Just an example I am giving you. Okay. So government continuously again increases the expenditure. From 100 rupees government is getting, government made it 200 rupees. Then government is short of what? 100 rupees. Increase expenditure, again deficit. So when the deficit financing happen in the country, then also inflation happens. Means it is a correlation, it is an interlinked concept, deficit financing. I hope you got this. Okay. Then government has decreased the taxes. Decrease the taxes. Like decreased taxes, decreased direct taxes. Decreased direct taxes. Now you listen to me very carefully. Government said that whoever are earning more than 3 lakhs, I don't know the calculation for that, I'll take 10 lakhs. Government said that whoever are earning more than or equal to 10 lakhs, give me 10%. It means 10 lakh, 10% is 1 lakh. How much is left with Mr. On now? How much is left with Mr. On? Mr. On has got 9 lakhs to spend. Right or wrong? Yes. Now government has decreased the tax. Decreased tax. Government has decreased the tax. So government now tell that whoever are earning more than 10 lakhs, just give 5%. Means I have to give only 50,000. Now this increased or not? This 9 lakhs has increased to 9 lakh 50,000 or not? Yes. So when more money again is there with the consumers, means more amount of money circulation, more demand, and that will mismatch the supply or not? Yes. So decrease in direct taxes is done by whom? Government. And this is a fiscal policy measure. This is the government formulates fiscal policy, RBI formulates monetary policy. This is a fiscal policy measure. Please do remember this point. कौन सा measure है? Fiscal policy measure. Okay. Then another. Then we are having here, this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one. Now let us go with the fourth one. If government increases the indirect taxes, government increases the indirect taxes. Okay, very common. If government says that excise due GST on this GST on like I say like apparel, apparel, dairy, food processing, food processing and consumer durables. GST on all of them, like in 2021 May, GST on them is 15%. Government took a decision that from the June onwards, 2021 June onwards, it will be like 20%. All these manufacturers, will they try to pay this tax from their profits? From their profits, no. They will shift this increased tax on the consumers or not? Yes. Again, price rise. The moment price rise happen, the increase of indirect taxes happen, you will see the increase in price rise, because indirect taxes are, again, the burden is has to be borne by the consumers at the end. The burden will be shifted. Right? So increase of indirect taxes government policy की वजह से हुआ. Government fiscally, again this is of the government fiscal policy measure. Then we are having the fifth point here. Okay, lack of optimum utilization of resources. Government is not able to utilize its revenues properly. Research में दे दिए, ISRO में दे दिए, space technology development, defense technology development. Government has given money for other resources rather than increasing the production. So government has got a ill policy. Policy बराबर नहीं है. Okay. Ill policy and also uh, poor planning. Poor planning, very very important. Poor planning, yeah, words, these words are very very important for the examination. Ill policy, lack of optimal utilization of resources. Government has done very much unproductive expenditure. कुछ प्रोड्यूस ही नहीं हुआ, ऐसे एक्सपेंडिचर्स कर दिए, लाइक कैंपेन्स में, रैलीज में, प्रोटेस्ट में, और क्या बोलते सो क्या बोलते न्यू न्यू विस्टा बनाने के लिए, या जो भी डना रहे उनके लिए, एक्सेट्रा, डिफेंस के लिए, स्पेस के लिए. बट हियर व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट, that there should be a balance. That balance was not done. That balance was not done, because यहाँ पे supply नहीं बढ़ रही, inflation is happening, but you are doing the unproductive expenditures. You should do productive expenditures. If they ask you in the examination, the cause is unproductive expenditures by the government. The cause is unproductive expenditures by the government. The how you will solve, if they ask you that what how inflation could be controlled, if they give you in the option that, if they give you in the option saying that decrease in unproductive expenditures, right, or increase in productive expenditures, right, increase in productive expenditure, this is also right. I hope you got this. So whatever we are writing, write the opposite of it. That will be the answer. That will be the answer for all the causes. And these are the causes of inflation. The opposite of that will be how to control the inflation. So I have given you a very beautiful trick. So you don't need to worry about it. Now let us about the sixth one. Okay, defect in policy. What is that? Defect in policy. So not taking cognizance of high population growth. So government is not knowing that key population बढ़ रहा है, they have to increase the production capacity, population increasing. Government is not aware of this. So there is a defect in policy itself. Government has not taken consideration into many aspects. Okay, how many times drought will happen in the country? If drought happens, how much irrigation we have to give to the country so that production levels will be optimum. So government is not taking cognizance of many aspects. This will also lead to what? Inflation. Okay, negligence of high population growth rate, like that. High population growth rate will happen when the birth rate is more than death rate. ज़्यादा लोग पैदा हो रहे, कम लोग मर रहे. ज़्यादा लोग पैदा हो रहे, कम लोग मर रहे. So more people are being born, but less people are dying. That's called as high population growth. Okay. Then government introduced CSR. You know that I have already discussed about that. Then seventh one is export promotion. Okay, government again defect in policy. Government will say that export karo, lot of foreign exchange we will get, our country will become strong. That is a general meaning I am telling you, but that is having a proper set of examples are there for that, how we will grow better when we are having, when we do more exports, how we can gain the strength in the economy, how we can stabilize our economy, how we can become more powerful with regard to other countries. There is a proper discussion on it. I am not going into that. But remember this point, the more you export, the more you grow. The more you export, the more you grow. Because the more you export, it means that your demand of your products is more there in the international, in the global market. Every country is wanting your product. When every country is wanting your product, you can dictate the prices. You can dictate the prices. You can say that no, I will not give in 50 rupees. I will give in 60 rupees. I will give in 70 rupees. So many people, then what will happen? Their products will get in sasta. Their products will get in what? Sasta, like that. Will get just like that their products. But our products will become very costlier, and our people will grow more. They'll get more money. Our people will get more money for every purchase. Every purchase they do, our people will get more money. जितना ज्यादा वो लोग खरीदेंगे, अपने को उतने ज्यादा पैसे आएंगे, अपनी कंट्री बढ़ेंगी, अपने पॉवर्टी कम होगा, लोगों को जॉब ज्यादा मिलेगा. मेरी अगर मेरा ज्यादा एक्सपोर्ट का बिजनेस हो तो मैं और एक एक्सपोर्ट की यूनिट लगाऊंगा. आई विल पुट अनदर एक्सपोर्ट यूनिट एंड अगेन आई विल हायर पीपल. ओके, प्रोडक्टिव रिसोर्सेज आर यूटिलाइज्ड ऑप्टिममली. तो ये सब होगा. अगर बट okay, if you don't take care of the domestic demand and if you are trying to promote export, then what will happen is the supply here. Supply यहाँ पे तो कम हो जाएगा. आप बोलेंगे जो export करा उसको 10% subsidy. Okay, indirect taxes on exporters is only 10%. Indirect taxes on the domestic producers are 20%. So everyone will go and export only. Why they will do this in 20%, right? So defect in the policy. Eighth one, long gestation period. Long gestation period of government expenditures or government investment. Government, as because the population growth is happening, government thought that okay, we should have flyovers, we should have metro rails, we should have airways, subways, like that. But these gestation period means, gestation means when you will get the particular product. When you will get that particular product means yes, जो भी है, it will be like taking like 5 years, 10 years like that to complete. Population grow हो रहा, then population growing, government realized it. But the gestation period of this is 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, like that. In the meanwhile, population has to move from here and there. Then at that time, what will happen? The transportation, the private buses वाले, जो private trains वाले, जो भी अभी तो private trains भी आने वाले हैं, private जो buses है, they will increase the prices or not? Yes. So service price increased or not? Yes. Ticket prices will increase, share auto prices will increase, shuttles prices will increase, right? This will happen. Long gestation period because of lot of delays, because of environmental delays, policy delays, ease of doing business is not there, so on and so forth. So on and so forth. Then ninth one. Decrease in ease of doing business. Government के वजह से होता. Okay, if I want to start a business, okay, like I want to start a hotel. Government is saying me that revenue department से ले लेके आओ permission. You go and get the permission from the food safety department. You go and get the permission from the pollution control board department. कितने जगह फिरूँ मैं? Okay, how many departments have to go and get the permission? GST का certificate ले लेके आओ. So how many times I have to go and do all of this stuff? Inspector से लेके आओ, इनसे लेके आओ, taxes से लेके आओ. So like lack of ease of doing business will halt the expansion process of the country with regard to production and manufacturing units. So decreasing ease of doing business will lead to what? Decrease in the expansion of the country, and decrease expansion will lead to decrease supply. Decrease expansion will lead to decrease supply, right or wrong? तो ऐसे भी हो सकता. तो इसका opposite. How can you control inflation means increase in the ease of doing business. ये सब नहीं. भाई आप शुरू कर दो, हम बाद में करने. 10 days में approval we will give. Just like in our Telangana we are having TSI pass. 10 days, 15 days is the maximum time approval should be given. Otherwise the IAS will be fined. The heads of the department will be fined. Okay. So ease of doing business is important. Okay, very important points I am telling you. No book in India will have all of this. Okay, the way the examples I am giving you, the things I am giving you, you will not find in any book in our country itself. It is my own. It is original. Okay, that's why I have not given the slides, because that will be anyhow copied. So I get complaints, sir, आपका material कोई और ले लिया. Your example was exactly, sir, your example my sir told, like that he will say. Okay, so that's why you can understand that how deeper we are learning. Okay, एंड इन प्रोडक्शन में भी लिख लो, यहाँ पे भी लिख लो आप, यहाँ पे we have done with 11, no 12th one आप लिख लो यहाँ. Decrease in ease of doing business will halt the expansion of industries. Expansion of industry lead to what? Decreased supply. यहाँ पे भी लिख लो आप, because ultimately ease of doing business is important to the producers, not to the government. Okay, so we have learned with the causes of government side also we have learned. Let us also see this one. Okay, I need some new slides here, so I'll make some new slides. Fine. So last thing we are going to do now, social problems, effect of not effect, causes of inflation due to social problem, means not induced by RBI, not induced by government, not induced by production, not induced by droughts, etc. Society, social problems. Okay, first one here is high population growth rate. People like you and me are not doing family planning. एक बच्चा पैदा करे after 3 years you do, means they are not doing. This is the minimum optimum time. 2 years is the optimum time. एक के बाद एक कर ले रहे, because they are unaware of the consequences of it. They don't know that this will make burden on the resources of the country. They don't, and they are not even having that much of capacity also to raise 2-3 children properly. But still, without family planning only, they are producing. Okay, planning methods like using of condoms, using of IUV, this intrauterine, whatever drugs will be there. Okay, they are not using it. Okay, so after one baby you should start using these planning methods. And then after you have to give it 2-3 years gap, then you have to use, you don't need to use all of this to have a second baby. But the people are not interested in all of this, so leading to what? High population growth rate. Okay, family planning methods are not followed. And another one is child marriages. Because of child marriages, the fertility period of a girl will be from 14 years to 45 years. If you get her married at 18 years, okay, or else at 21 years till 45 years, so at most they will understand that how much they have to produce the babies, okay, what is there, how much they are earning, etc. They will get some kind of what intention, they will take the awareness, and they will not go for excessive. But what is happening 14 years, they don't know that, okay, resources on the countries will get burdened, and they don't know that how much they are going to earn. So fertility rate increased. In that case, what is happening? 3-4 babies in this period, here 2 babies. So child marriage is another important cause of high population growth rate. Okay, because of increase in fertility period. Increase in fertility period means every woman in her fertility period, that is from 14 to 45 years, how many babies she can produce? How many babies she can produce? In our country, it is average 3. 3 should not be there. Okay, if we decrease these child marriages and make the girls to produce after 21, okay, after 21, so what will happen? This fertility rate will come down to, average will come down to 2, which is good for the country. Which is what? Good for the country. Remember this point. High population growth rate. So explanation anyhow I have given you. What I'll do is, I will also write it. Family planning, child marriages, increase in fertility period, or you can say total fertility rate. Total fertility rate. This is right. Okay, understood. Right. Black money. So many informal banking, informal lending. The people who are having a lot of black money, they will lend to some other people and they will earn more. They will earn more. And that particular people, will be given on high interest rate. High interest rate, again they will incorporate that, they will cover that in the high interest rate in their cost of production, again increase the prices, again increase the prices. Hoardings. Hoardings are nothing but, see, there is a concept called as cartel. Cartel means Mr. On, Miss Off, Mr. Go, Miss Not Go. These are the four traders in the mandi. They are the four traders in the mandi. Okay, farmers, they came and they have given to Mr. On, Mr. Off, Mr. Go, Mr. No, Miss Not Go, Miss Not Go. So they are always angry. They are always Mr. Miss Off is angry on Mr. On, Miss Not Go is angry on Mr. Go. So they are not and off. Okay, so don't mind for that. That's for fun only. Okay, so farmers went and sell their produce to these people, and these people are very sharp. What they did is Mr. On told to Mr. Miss Off, Mr. Go told to Miss Not Go, यार अपन बहुत कमाएंगे, अपन क्या करेंगे, आपका सबका प्रोड्यूस अपन एक गोडाउन में रख देंगे. When the consumers will come, no, then we'll say that नहीं है अम्मा नहीं है, there's no stock is there, come tomorrow, come tomorrow. 3-4 days we'll just hold our supply. उसके बाद में suddenly after 3-4 days we'll get that into the market and 10 rupees का 15 rupees में बेचेंगे. Everybody will take or not? Everybody will take or not? Yes, yes, you will take it. Okay, because supply नहीं, तारे भी फिर नहीं मिलेंगे, आलू नहीं मिलेंगे, टमाटर. This is called as hoarding, and it happens because of what? Informal cartel. आपकी जहनियत के वजह से, because of your mindset, because of your ill mindset, you have done all of this. You have done all of this. Okay. कौन पढ़ाएगा आपको इतना अच्छे से इकोनॉमी? Inflation chapter, nobody will actually consider it very important for the examination, but it is the most important for all the examinations in the country. Whether it is banking, whether it is RBI, for every inflation this is a very 2-3 questions for sure. 2-3 questions for sure. UPSC also. Some climatic problems are also there. Okay, like drought situation could also be written as decreased rainfall. Okay, fifth one, lack of irrigation facilities. Adequate, adequate word is important here, my dear madam and sir. Adequate irrigation facilities. Government utne irrigation facilities create nahi kari, so that when there is a drought is there, when there is a rainfall is not there, we don't have irrigation itself to grow the crops. When we don't have the irrigation, means how crops can grow? Supply will be less, and demand is anyhow there in the country. People want rice. People want all the agricultural products. Okay, lack of irrigation facilities will also lead to what? Okay, sixth one. Failure of dry land farming. Dry land farming technology and the scientific aspects are not known to many, and that is also not being properly done in our country. So failure of dry land farming and lack of transportation. Okay, means from every nook and corner there is no last mile connectivity. Last mile connectivity is nothing but last mile to the last corner of the country. Do we have the connectivity or not? Do we have the buses? Do we have the railway lines or not? No, we don't have it. Because of that, supply is also going to them very lately and delayed supply. Okay, eighth one, delayed supply. Fine. Eighth one is what? Delayed supply. Okay, failure of dry line. आपके लिए लिख रहा हूँ मैं. No last mile connectivity. For you only I am writing it, because you are going to get this PDF only. No last mile connectivity. Lack of irrigation facilities. I am making it correct only. Okay. Sixth one. Quality issues. See, when more and more demand is there, what will happen? Suppose you are producing jalebi. Okay. When many people will come, what do? Instead of using 1 kg of sugar, you will use only what? Half kg of sugar, and you will use half kg of good. Good is nothing but bellam. Bellam is nothing but good. किसको बोलते हैं यार? Good. वो शहद के जैसा solid one रहता ना, like that. What you will do? You will try to more. You are a rational fellow. You are a rational fellow in economy. You will do this kind of things in the economy. Okay. So you are a rational fellow. So you will take good and you will start producing what? You want to earn more and more profit. You want to decrease your cost of production because demand is there. Kaisa bhi lete because lot of demand is there. Anyhow, they will take it. That's why I will make anyhow. I will make. They will love it. Very common. So quality issues will start. And people, like when corona was there, lot of people, lot of sanitizers came. Now you can see that many sanitizers were very very bad also. Lot of quality issues were there with the sanitizers. Okay, so what happens when the demand is there, many company will come into that particular demand to fulfill that demand production gap. Okay, to fulfill that production gap, to take the opportunity of the demand, many companies will come and start investing, and they will make सब स्टैंडर्ड प्रोडक्ट्स. तो पीपल को, सोसाइटी को सब स्टैंडर्ड प्रोडक्ट्स मिलते हैं, राइट. देन क्वालिटी इश्यूज. एंड व्हाट हैपेंड, जो भी अनपढ़ लोग रहते हैं ना, बट दे आर हैविंग मोर मनी, जस्ट लाइक इन हेरा फेरी, फिर हेरा फेरी मूवी, our Paresh Rawal wife will be there. Okay, so that kind of people will be there. What these smart people will be there. What they'll do is they'll go and they'll talk to them. Madam, ये मार्केट में मिस ऑफ, मैडम मिस ऑफ, दिस मार्केट में बहुत ज्यादा पैसा है, आप लगाओ, बहुत डिमांड है, लोग खरीदेंगे, पीपल विल बाई, यू पुट मोर मनी इन दिस पर्टिकुलर. So like that they will that people will lure 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 the innocent here. Okay, by making various, by making speculations, like you will become rich. Okay, invest in this. Okay, invest in oxygen cylinders nowadays, invest in vaccines. You bring the vaccines, you purchase 5 lakh rupees of vaccines. I will give it 8 lakhs rupees, I will sell in black market. Madam, you give me 1 lakh, you take 2 lakh. So making speculations in that way, looting the innocents. Looting looting Okay, this also will lead to increase in prices. Okay, now eighth one. So decrease in socio social and health and educational indicators of society. If there is inflation is there, what will happen? Out of this total basket of 100 items, I cannot take 10 items, so I will buy only 9 items. Sorry, 90 items. 10 items I am not buying. If if I am buying more and more products, no, it is called as economic development. It is called as increase in standard of living. If I continuously buy less and less product, it is called as low standard of living. It is called as what decrease in quality of life. So what happened because of inflation? Instead of 100 items, I am buying only 90 items. So what happened? My decrease in standard of living. Decrease in, always remember, write down all of this, quality of life. Decrease in quality of life. Okay, and all this will lead to suppose if you are having if your health is not good, if you are having fever, but because of inflation all that money went to important items like ration, electricity and all, your father, your mother will say, beta, you take dolo 650 and just be for some time, because 700, 800 to put for the consultation will not be a that much easy for the poor people, right? So they will say that, beta, I see. So 3-4 days she will not go to school, and 3-4 days she will lose the subject, or he will lose a subject for 3-4 days, because body will definitely get recover, but if you're taking tablets you will recover early. Okay, but if you're not taking tablets, it takes a lot of time. So 5-7 days she or he will not go, and they will lose a subject, and educational quality of them will be decreased. Okay, and they will in their health indicators will also get decreased. In future they will have a problem because they are not able to eat properly in that particular period. All that will be a issue when the inflation happens. Okay, I hope you got this. The last one we are having, severe criticism to the government will start when there is inflation is there. Severe criticism of government, if it continuously increases, it will lead to destabilizing of government itself, means removal of government. It happened in the Congress government 2G scam. 2G scam was so much uproared in the country that it actually has played a very important part, for which Congress government did not come into power in 2014. 2G scam. Okay, it has got lot of imprints. Okay, So this particular severe criticism of government will be there, and 10th one is scams. Scams, nothing but hoarding and all that illegal activities. Scams, illegal activities. आप ये सब लिख लो. Write down all of that. I need one more paper here. One more paper. Last paper I want. Last thing I want. Right. Slideshow from current slide. Fine. Now the last one we are having, like, who will benefit in inflation and who will be losers in inflation. Who will benefit, who will lose. Chalo. First one, debtors will benefit, creditors will be the losers. Okay, Mr. On has given to Miss Off 10,000 rupees in May 2021. In May 2021, Mr. On gave 10,000 rupees to Miss Off. In this 10,000 rupees, Miss Off bought a makeup kit, okay, and covered transportation charges of her car, and also saw four movies. Saw four movies in that particular month. Okay, you can say that she went to pub a day. One time she went to pub. Okay, but inflation happened in the month of June. In the month of June, inflation happened, and all of these, instead of 10,000, they became 15,000. They became 15,000. So Miss Off returned the 10,000 to Mr. On in June. In June. Now you see a very good aspect is there here. Now you see that when Mr. On gave 10,000 to Miss Off can do these four activities in 10,000. But in June, what happened? These these three activities increased to what? 15,000. And Miss Off is giving back the 10,000. Miss Off is giving back the 10,000. So can Mr. On can get these three services now? No. So what happened? The purchasing power of Mr. On decreased or not? Now Mr. On cannot purchase all the three items. His purchasing power decreased. Whereas in the month of May, Miss Off purchasing power was optimum. Miss of purchasing. So in last month it was very good. This month it is very bad. So last month you are able to buy more products. Now you are able to buy less products. So one who is getting the money will be loser or not? Yes. One who is getting the money will be the loser. One who borrowed the money already will be the benefiter. One who borrowed, because Miss of borrowed money, she is happily enjoying all the services she enjoyed. Now when it is returning time, there is inflation is there in the country. Then what happened? The person who is getting the money will not be getting the value of money whatever he expected, because here what happened, increased purchasing power was there. Purchasing power, okay, here what happened, the purchasing power decrease, purchasing power, we also call it as increase money value was there, value of money was more, here decrease money value. That's why we have written debtors will get benefited. उनको पैसा मिल गया ना, happy. Inflation आते हैं, the creditors जिसको आना है उनको problem हो जाता. The one who is getting, they will get a problem. Okay. In inflation, decrease exports will happen and increase imports will happen. Okay. See, when there is inflation is there in nothing but supply and demand mismatch. So let us see, supply is less. What I will do, what Mr. On, Mr. Off, Mr. Go, Miss Not Go, all of these people will go and get the orders from different countries. They will import. So increase import or not? Yes. Decrease exports. Okay. Decrease exports. So here these two will happen. So during the inflation, what happened is During the inflation, see, I will write it. This is not right. I will have to change the symbols. During inflation, increase imports. Sorry, that is right only. Wait. Don't do hurry. Decrease exports and increase imports. Means people want all the producers, importers will bring lot of things, increase imports, and they will export less. Why? Because here the demand is that they will sell here only. No, why they will sell outside? Why they will sell outside? So what happened? So who will get beneficiaries here? Importers. Right or wrong? Importers will get beneficial here or not? Yes. Those who are importing and trying to sell in higher prices, they will be benefited. Who will be the losers? Exporters. Exporters will be the losers because decrease exports. Okay, those who want to export, they cannot export. So they'll not get much money. Here, valuation of currency will also be taken into consideration. So the importers will be beneficial, and importers anyhow, exporters means below. Okay, those who are having only export business, okay, when they are earning like 20 rupees pen is there. Here in international market, normal before inflation 20 rupees, after inflation 20 rupees is there. Sorry, let us assume again. So 20 rupees one pen is there. 20 rupees one pen, inflation is not there. So this particular Mr. On is selling 100 units, 100 units of 20 pen. Okay, and in the Europe, in the Germany, the here the wholesaler or retailer, he is taking that 100 units. He is taking happily the 100 units because for Germany this 20 rupees pen is very very competitive. Means if we take the imports from India, this 20 rupees pen, his its demand is there when compared to other pens also. He is able to survive on these imports also. He is able to get the money profits on this because the product is good, the quality is good. 20 rupees price pen everyone is able to buy here. But what happened? Other pens are like 21 rupees, 19 rupees like that. So he is having no problem to import. Now let's suppose the exporter got that pen at 30 rupees. Now can the Germany, whatever the wholesaler retailer is there, can he take on 30? No, because here the average rate of pen is how much? 21 or 22. But when he is selling at 30, the Germany importer, will he take from India? Will he take from Indian exporter? No, he'll say right now, no, I don't want it because you are selling on 30 rupees. Here all the average pen rate is 21, 22 rupees only. 30 rupees nobody will take. My business will go. My business will go. So exporters will be the losers or not? Yes, exporters will be the losers. Remember this point. Then here big farmers and big businessmen will get benefited. Means because those who are having money with them, what they can do if the demand is in the market means they will increase the another unit, they will make another factory, they will make another production, they will expand the production. But small farmers, small businessmen, how can they start? How can they have a large sum of money in their bank and they can start producing more? Not possible. So the benefit of that price rise will be going only to what? Big farmers and big businessmen. Small farmers and small businessmen will get nothing under. Okay. Fine. Another very important, highly important thing I'm going to tell you. The last one of our topic today. I know that you might have enjoyed the lecture a lot. Please write in the comment section if you really loved this way. Then I'll go ahead with a lot of things, and you will be the gem in economics for sure. And also in polity, I'll do the last one. This is the first one. This is the second one. This is the third one. The last one, fourth one. Okay. In the benefit, you have to write here. See, my dear students, if I have made a 1 lakh rupees of FD in the SBI bank, and SBI bank said that, sir, FD interest rate is 7%. Means 1 year after you will get 1,07,000, sir. Like that he told. I said, okay. I said, okay. Then my value of money will increase, I know. My purchasing power means 1 lakh will become 1,07,000. My purchasing power increase, my value of money will increase. I was, yeah, I got it. Then what happened? 7% inflation is also there. I said, oh my God, what happened? My investment got wasted. No, had I used that 1 lakh rupees on the, without investing in FD, had I used the money today, then I would have got the same thing in 7,000, in 1 lakh rupees only, right? Okay, the same things I'm getting now in 1 lakh 7,000. So I got my the value of money, my investment is totally here wasted or not? Yes. That's why those who invest in FD, those who invest in bond, those who invest in debentures, okay, those who invest in fixed interest rate, fixed interest rate products, gone. They will not get benefit because this scenario will set in. Because this scenario will they will see, and they will not see any benefit on their investment. But those who have invested in share market, those who have invested in stock market, okay, they will enjoy. Why? Because Star, I have taken a share of Tata company. Salt demand is more. Salt is continuously increasing. Okay, production increasing. I will get more dividends. Production increasing. I will get more dividends. And before one salt packet 10 rupees, now because of more demand my Ratan Tata did 12 rupees. So before on 10 rupees I am getting 1 rupee. Now on 12 rupees I am getting, because of increase in price of Tata salt, 12 rupees it became. The dividend which I was getting only 1 rupee, because of this increase in price I get the dividend 2 rupees. So for every money the rate of return is more. The rate of return is more. Got it? I think you got, you should get it. इतना पढ़ाई बात भी समझ में नहीं आया ना, डूब जाना चाहिए. अब तो सही में भी डूब जाना चाहिए. So bye bye. Thanks a lot for hearing to me. I hope that you liked the lecture and we had a lot of fun, and don't mind for any of the things that I have told you in between. And let us go ahead. And you will be having test on this total discussion on Saturday or Sunday. 20 to 25 questions I'll give. Please join my Telegram group which I have given at the beginning of my slide. तो जाके join हो जाइए आप उसमें. फ्री मेंटल फ्री गाइडेंस ये सब मिल जाएगा आपको. उसके साथ मैं ये भी बोला सब्जेक्ट डेवलपमेंट भी होगा. सब्जेक्ट डेवलपमेंट भी होगा. यही मेरा इंटेंशन है. मैं सिर्फ टेस्ट करके डंप नहीं करता हूँ टेलीग्राम ग्रुप में. मैं अच्छे से पढ़ाता हूँ. बच्चों को हेल्प होना चाहिए. और लॉकडाउन में हूँ, खाली हूँ, ऐसा कुछ बड़ा काम नहीं करूँ. तो मेरा इंटेंशन ये है कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आपको नॉलेज देना है. इन्फ्लेशन के पुराने जो भी वीडियो से, एक हफ्ते के पीछे 2-3 वीडियो से खामोश देख लो और ये पूरा अच्छे से देख लो. आप परफेक्ट हो जाओगे. अगर डाउट है मेरा नंबर भी है, मेल आई डी भी है, कमेंट सेक्शन है. आप जहाँ पे कनेक्ट हो सकते टेलीग्राम में कनेक्ट हो, पढ़ लो. बस यही बोल रहा हूँ कि करियर बना लो. बाय बाय, टेक केयर.